What's going on, Show Nation? It's Movie with Movie Gaming TV, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about a hitting tip that I'm going to give you guys. Now, my last video, I just put out a video on how to make the World Series. If you guys haven't checked that video out, I will link it at the end of the video. But the top comment that I got on that video, and I'd like to turn my comment section into an MLB The Show tips type of forum. So if you have a lot of questions about MLB The Show, put them in my comment section, and we have a lot of smart commenters, and you guys, I love seeing you guys help each other out and give each other advice and stuff like that. It's just a really positive place for our comment section to be in, and I really appreciate you guys for doing that. If you guys haven't dropped a like on the video yet, be sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss a video. You guys can also watch me play live at twitch.tv/MovieGamingTV and follow me on Twitter at MovieGamingTV. So what we're going to talk about in this video was that top comment, and the top comment was, all I do is slam my PCI down and I don't know how to force myself to stop it. And this is a problem that a lot of people run into, especially even myself back in the day, is that they'll drop their PCI down, and it's really a thing that happens a lot, especially when people make the switch from directional hitting over to zone hitting, is they have a tendency to drop the PCI down. I think it has to do with a lot of our natural want to get under the ball and lift the ball in the air. But I'm going to try to give you guys a couple of pointers to hopefully help with this problem. You've already identified the problem. When people ask me this question a lot, you've already identified that problem a lot. And sometimes it's just a very simple fix. Like, just really what you got to do is move the PCI to the ball. I think part of it is trusting the fact that the pitch is going to be a fastball more often. I think a lot of people think that every pitch is going to break. So if you just trust that it's going to be a fastball like that right there, have trust in that, always look fastball and just have trust in the fact that it's going to be a fastball. You're going to be more successful with keeping the PCI on it. Focus on just moving the PCI towards it. I should say also that, like, there are a couple times a game where I will drop the PCI. No one's ever going to be perfect, so don't hold yourself to like a perfect standard. Like, everybody, even the best hitters in the world, they drop their PCI from time to time. So don't feel bad or discouraged if you do it. It's mostly going to be when you think it's an off-speed pitch, when it was a fastball. That's when you drop your PCI. I'm actually kind of at the opposite end of the spectrum now. I look fastball so much that when people throw me a changeup, I get fooled by it a lot because I'm so heavy on the fastball that when the changeup comes, that I won't drop my PCI. But just focus on aiming the PCI at the ball as best as you can, and just realize, just keep telling yourself, if you drop the PCI, you're not gonna hit it. So all I do is I just try to move the PCI to the ball, but I'm really just watching the ball, and then I move the PCI naturally towards it. It takes lots of practice, but you can definitely do it. I would recommend getting into the batting cage or playing some conquests and just trying to practice it. I think the toughest thing is, eventually you will stop dropping the PCI as much once you get down the motion of, just moving, once you've just seen lots and lots of pitches, we'll get kind of the natural movement of where to move the PCI without thinking about it as much. But I think that'd be my best tip, is just, look for, trust that it's going to be a fastball. There's a lot, pay attention to the pitcher's pitches. This pitcher in particular has a slider and a changeup. So I'm not going to have to do the steep drop of a curveball. The one action I might have to do is move it for a slider or something like that. But just trust that it's going to be a fastball, man. That's the biggest thing I could recommend to you guys. And just remind yourself, if you don't move the PCI to the ball, you're not going to hit it. So focus on moving that PCI to the ball. And that'll start by watching the ball, you know what I'm saying? You almost got to play this like a first-person shooter where you just move the PCI to the ball. Like your left stick is your aimer, that dot is, where you need to move the ball, and you don't want to focus so much on getting under the ball too much. You know, you want to bring it right to the ball the best that you can. That's why the wedge can be really, really good. And I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of what else to keep you from doing it. It's hard to go back to that point now, but I mean, get in the cage. I think a really great thing to do would be to go into challenge of the week too. Just because you're going to see lots and lots of pitches, you're going to escalate in difficulty, and there's going to be pressure on you as well to, you know, hit the ball. I don't even think you need to put it on like necessarily the highest difficulty though if you go into another situation, but just don't get too discouraged as you do it. It's just one of those things that, like, it just takes a lot of practice to get better at. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on legend here and see how I do. Trusted that one was a fastball. Trusted that one was a fastball. I think that's really the key that's going to help you guys out. I think another thing is, like, when you have a slider, or I mean a sinker, you know, the sinker's got to break from a righty. You know, it's going to break it, you know, either it's going to break kind of like low and in, but it doesn't break so dramatically. You guys can see there, I'm just reading fastballs. I think he has a changeup and a slider. He's not throwing it very much. And when I start the PCI on the rubber, or on the, you know, if I start middle in or on the rubber, I'm already kind of pushing the right stick up, you know, a little bit before the pitch. I really think I don't even really look at the PCI though. I'm just kind of watching where the ball is, and then I move my left stick to that. Try not to get under the ball so much as just squaring it up. I mean, you do want to get under it a little bit to get the launch angle, but nothing dramatic. I think when I used to use directional hitting a long time ago in like MLB 15, and you know, it's like you want to push down. So I don't even think I'm not sure if that's what helps in directional hitting, but it's like you push down to try to get the ball in the air, and that's why it takes a while to get used to that. To get used to going back to zone hitting, but just move the zone to the ball. Trust that it's a fastball, and the more practice you get in that, the better you're gonna be. You know, what a catch, man! That was great. Even there, I still kind of moved it down, but it was a lower pitch. Remember also, naturally everyone's gonna drop the PCI. You know, better than they're going to raise it. And you can drop it really fast. So if you need to drop it at the last second, you can. You know, that's why it's, you know, start up a little bit, and you can naturally move it down pretty fast. Get in the cage, give it a try, and see how you guys do. I feel like I'm doing pretty good on Legend today. I feel like he is throwing a lot of fastballs in this practice, but once you start to trust that it's going to be a fastball and then it's off speed and you're missing it because you're staying on a fastball so much, then hopefully you won't have as much of a problem with it. But I think a lot of it's going to be repetition and practice. Whether you practice in game or you practice on the side where you just get lots of pitches thrown towards you, you know, that's going to be whatever you choose to decide. But if you guys have any other tips on how to not drop your PCI as much, go ahead and put them down in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if it helps you out. If you guys have any other questions, be sure to put them down there as well. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.